So Sinking Ship Entertainment is very successful, produced some fantastic children's shows. I know my daughter loves The Odd Squad in particular. And
Thank you.
The Odd Squad's done really well. Maybe you can just give us a little brief summary on something.
Odd Squad is a high-tech organization run by kids, and they solve anything strange, weird, and especially odd. And so every adventure also weaves in a math lesson, but we hope that it's subtly done. There's lots of action and character and stunts and
location
shooting.
And location shooting, yes, in beautiful Brampton.
Yes, which kids love to see, right?
Yes.
Especially if they see their own neighborhood on TV. They're like, oh, that was in our city.
100%.
Yeah.
So it gets them really excited and really into the show.
Yeah.
I know it's really popular in the U.S. as well. It's done quite well.
Well, we've been extremely fortunate. So right now the series airs on PBS. It also airs on Amazon and Netflix in the States. And I think we're averaging, it's something crazy like 70 million video streams a month. And that's just online.
Yeah.
So it's been ridiculous. And I guess that's only going to grow now that it's Netflix and Amazon as well.
Yeah. And the game apps are awesome. The Blob Chase.
Yes.
We have an app.
Yeah.
Have you played it too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There's a special bonus if you make it to the end. There's a special surprise.
Oh, I don't think my daughter's made it quite to the end yet, and I had to help her on a couple of levels, but she loves it.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
Loves it. And she showed it to her teachers, and that really helped her be able to play it at school.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because when the teachers found out how it worked, they said, wow, this is great. And then they started loading it up on their iPads in that school.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Because
awesome.
the library has like 40 or 60 iPads and that the kids can use, and they loaded it up on their iPads.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear, because I think also our goal is some of the comments I like best are from parents who say, like, my kids don't even realize they're learning.
Yeah.
And that's our goal. Is we want an action-packed, character-based show that teaches the lessons, but it's also just a good show on its own.
That parents like to watch.
That parents like
as well,
oh,
which
yes.
is also like a huge
Yes.
compliment.
That's the thing, because we watch it with her and we just get majority of the jokes, and a lot of jokes that are not there for her benefit but for ours. Like there was an 80s episode that had, and we're like, wow, that is
It's
so
reliving it. I know,
yeah,
it was
reliving
spectacular.
our our youth.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. Those are fun shows.
Yeah. Well, I think we talk a lot about something for the parents as well as the kids.
The family, for sure.
That's
for
the
sure.
thing. You're watching nowadays. Parents are watching the shows with their kids.
Yeah.
And it's good to get them into it too.
1,000%.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've won some Emmys. Congratulations.
Especially this guy,
Yeah.
directing,
No,
best
no, no.
director.
I mean, that I think was the biggest shock for us. Just to be nominated is such a huge honor, and I think it was last year Odd Squad got 6 nominations, and that was for our first season when I think we were still defining the show. So it's exciting to have that recognition then, but to be going into the second season and trying to go bigger and better than before, I think we're just excited for what's ahead.
Yeah. Well, you've done extremely well. Congratulations.
Thank
We're really
you.
excited. We're
Thank
excited
you.
that you've chose Brampton many times.
Oh, yeah, we love it.
And here today too.
Yeah.
That's fabulous. So tell us about you're using City Hall for this episode and our north entrance in particular. And so how are you using that? What can you say?
Yeah, we can talk about the odd thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So every episode they investigate something odd. So in this episode, the agents are investigating floating people, and they just so happen to be floating
In City Hall.
So it's a big problem because you can't do your work, because we know how hard everyone works here at City Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true.
But it's fun. Brampton has always been on our list of places to shoot. So George, who's our director of photography, lives in Brampton, and is constantly, and we've been shooting with him for like 10 years now. And so he's constantly been pitching locations because he's a photographer in his spare time. So he has these beautiful shots of your gazebo. I mean, we came last year, a year and a half ago, to shoot the gazebo scene with the skating around. And he's always had these beautiful pictures. And so we've always wanted to, and for whatever reason, it just worked out that Odd Squad was the first show to kind of start shooting here, and it's been amazing.
Brampton has, I think, a real variety of locations to offer, and that's what we're really pushing out there too.
Sure.
And you mentioned that George is living here.
Yes.
We've found that there's a lot of crew and people in the industry are not just living in downtown Toronto too, they're living in the suburbs, they're living in Brampton, because we're so close to Toronto. And we found that the crew is really happy
to be shooting close to home. No, George loves it. But I would also say from a production point of view, absolutely you have a huge variety of locations. But it also is a place that your teams are it feels like you want us to shoot here, which is
Yes,
amazing
doesn't- yeah.
because there are times where you're in places that maybe people have overshot or been there one too many times. It's gotten a little bit stale, and they you feel slightly unwanted, and so it's nice to come to a place where you're also suggesting other locations and being helpful because it's not something that you get in many different places. So I think we love shooting here and hope to come back more often. But it's not just the locations. I think it's how you run the department that has been great for the production side of things.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear.
Yeah,
Great to
for
hear,
sure.
'cause that's what we really strive to do, is provide that full service
Yeah.
and do everything we can to make not only your scouting easy, but also the whole experience until you're finally done and you're wrapping and everything's been all good.
Yeah.
That's what we really want to hear.
Yeah.
So we'll give it our best shot all
Yeah,
the time.
it was great.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you've told us maybe what has your experience been like here today? Anything?
Always terrific. Today's a particularly complicated day because we have children floating in the air, and but I think it's because we did do so many location surveys, and we had your teams informing us of what we could and could not do. That it's been a breeze considering how complicated the scene is.
Yeah.
And it could have been a challenge. We had to bring in heavy equipment. We were working very closely with your team to figure out how we were going to manage that, what could safely be brought in. But we got answers quickly, and that's extremely helpful. We have been in places where answers are not forthcoming or take many weeks, and we were never waiting on answers from Brampton's side of things, which was amazingly helpful.
Great. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know whether you guys have really answered everything.
Okay.
We'd be back to film in Brampton again.
100%.
We would love to, yeah. Well, I think one joy is that our filming schedule is so long. So if you look at our whole series, then we filmed here in the winter, we filmed here in the fall, and the summer. So we think that you could very cleverly edit together a travel video for Brampton if we just cut out our characters. Yeah.
Very good. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Awesome.
Anything
Well,
else
thanks
you
for
wanted
having us
to say?
again.
No, we're just thrilled to be here again. Thank you.